Hi, I'm Rebecca with the Nocturnal. How are you?
Thank you. Super happy to be here with you.
I'm happy to be here with you, and we're going to talk about your new single that's coming out.
Let's go.
But I want to talk a little bit about your stage name. I'm a little interested in that. Tell me a little bit about it. What's the backstory?
Okay, so GALE, which is my artist name. My actual name is Carolina Isabel.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wait, let me try it with you. You said Carolina
Carolina.
Isabel.
Oh, that's beautiful! So that's my real name, but I wanted a name for my project that represented me as an artist.
Right.
And how I came up with GALE was with, it comes from the galaxy. It comes from galaxy, and it comes from Gala, who is Salvador Dali's, who's one of my favorite artists, muse and wife. And then I was like, but Gale is just sound different. It sounds weird because I was like, okay, girls' names usually ends with A. Like in my head, this is all my brainstorming process. I was like, okay, Carolina, Rihanna, Ariana, Christina. And I was like, with E at the end, Gale is just, what is that? It's just different. And then when I did like my research and everything about what this name meant, it means musicality, harmony, and leadership. And then I dreamt it. I dreamt that I was like with thousands and thousands of people, and someone screamed at me, someone yelled like "Gale," and I turned, and then I woke up, and I'm very connected to my dreams.
Okay.
And I was like, that's it. That's my artist name. This is my project. This is me. And that's how I got.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history. And we're here right now at the Nocturnal.
So, how would you describe your musical style for someone who's never heard your music before?
I always say not to compare myself with other artists,
Right.
But like so they can have like an idea.
Of
I always
course.
say it's like as a Bad Bunny, Dua Lipa, and Avril Lavigne had a baby.
Huh.
Like musical wise, that's me. Like the sound, like it's just pop. It's grunge. There's rock in there, and there's definitely reggaeton, urban, like Puerto Rican flow vibes in there.
Okay,
Because
we love that.
I have no choice. I am Puerto Rican, and it's in my blood.
Okay, staying true to yourself.
100%.
As you should.
Yes.
So when you're creating a song, can you tell me a little bit about your creative process? Like, what does it look like?
Oh.
Does a melody come
Yes.
into your head first, or lyrics?
I love this question. It's always different. When I'm writing for my project, me as an artist, I usually come into the studio like with an idea, or I come like my next single, for example, D-Pick. Like I was going through this thing, and I was like, wait, I feel like I need to write a song about this. And then I just talk for a whole like 30 minutes, and then we sit down. The producer grabs the guitar, starts playing, and I usually start flowing with melodies first. And sometimes, like in this particular song, the melodies just come with words. So it feels more like a freestyle vibe. And then we kind of like Frankenstein the song. We're like, okay, so this is this part. This is the first verse. This is the this is definitely the chorus. And then we're going to do like a rap for the second verse. And then I love that process.
Yeah.
But it's always different in terms of like the energy behind it. It's
Right.
always you're entering a room and you feed from each other. If you're writing with the other people, if you're by yourself, it's a very vulnerable process for me as an artist, which I love.
Right. I feel like when you're creating a song, it just gives you that moment to be expressive for yourself.
Yes.
And if you are going through something, that just helps you become comfortable with what you're going through.
100%. And I've always loved writing. I started a journal, like diario, when I was 6 years old. A very dramatic little girl. And I wrote my first song when I was 7. So imagine, I've always been connected to that, and I've always let myself be open about my feelings and not judge them. So when I'm like in a room and creating an idea, I don't judge the idea. I just let it be, and then I sit back down and I'm like, okay, let me see what can I arrange and fix if there's anything to fix. And it usually stays very true as long as the main idea and the essence of the song stays in touch
And consistent.
Then, yeah,
Right.
and then I don't care about the rest.
And you mentioned D-Pick. So before we get into the whole song,
Deep world.
did the song come first? The title of the name? What was it like?
This was a very interesting and I feel like different process. When I came into the studio, I wrote this song with Dallas K, who's the producer, the executive producer of this whole album with me, but he's the producer of this song as well. And with my go-to writer friend, Dani Blau. She's a great songwriter. And I came in and I was like, I had the idea. I had the idea, and I was like, as a creative, I was like thinking, how could I make this possible without being too explicit, you know? Like I want the message to come across, but I want it to be pop, and I want it to be this, and I don't want it to be like, you know, censored or whatever. So I had this idea of creating the song or whatever what we were going to create, that instead of saying the actual word would actually be a sound of like receiving a text message or receiving a photo, like the bing. So I was like, let's incorporate that in the chorus. That way we'll create a chorus that it's always like and it's like a fill in the blank. Like we won't say it. We'll leave it to you. Whatever you interpret it is, it's that. So that's how we did that. And then we sat down. He started with the guitar. I started freestyling the no sé por qué piensas que me gustan los mensajes a las 3 de la mañana. Originally I said a las 3 de la mañana, and that's something I fixed, and I did like a mitad de madrugada. Like I just changed a couple of things, but the idea was very almost born. It was there.
Right.
That's how D-Pick was born. And in terms of like the situation, I really wanted to write a song about consentment. I feel like this song is that. Like, of course, I feel like I'm not the only person that has been through that. A lot of people have. A lot of my friends have. And I was like, I want to say something about this. I want the message to come across. I want it to be fun, pop, but it's a real, honest message. It's a song about consentment. It's a song about, it's empowerment, but more than empowering, I feel like it's consentment. It's like, there's nothing wrong about it, but like, if I don't ask for it, do not send it. That's it. That's the only thing. Mic drop.
Okay, mic drop. Because that's literally the situation I feel like almost all of us are going through right now.
Right?
And
yes.
I feel like it's so relevant to how things are happening today, and how there is this push for, consentment. And if I say I want something, okay, but if I don't want it, don't force it on me.
Exactly. Or what makes you think that that's
right.
what I want?
If I asked for this,
no,
why would I want it?
Exactly. New slogan.
Okay.
I love it.
And you mentioned the album, right? So can fans expect one soon?
Ooh, I'll tell you. Oh my God, if it were for me, I want this to be released like tomorrow. Even though we were like working on it and we're still working on the final touches. But yes, definitely expect an album. Maybe early next year, hopefully.
Oh.
And it's a very special album. I'm very like conceptual. So I wanted this album to be about. So I ended a relationship, like a toxic relationship. I decided to, break up with this person. So, when you're with someone that you kind of know from the beginning that it's not for you, but you're like there and you're like mold. You're like, you're not the one, but I'm gonna make you the one. I'm gonna really try, and I'm gonna work hard to make you the one. And it was not, But then, so this album, and every song is like a different stage of post breakup. It's like a different stage you kind of go through when you end that relationship. So it's ups and downs. It's like a roller coaster of emotions, which I really, really love, because I'm very nostalgic, but I want to dance all the time. So like it's like, just crying while dancing. Why not?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I feel that, because sometimes you just need to let it out. Let it out in the craziest looking way, but whatever gets you most to like breaking through those emotions,
100%. So you'll be able to like, with this album, there's a song that you can just like hear and cry, and maybe drive your car and like cry. But there's another song you can just like go to the club and dance and just have the time of your life. There's Problemas, which is like a rock like makeup sex song, and then there's D-Pick and everything. It's all part of it. That's what makes it special. That's what makes us special. Like we all feel all these things at the same time, most of the time.
Right. And, as someone, I can speak a little Spanish. I can get by. I can say my hola, como estás, muy bien, y tú. I can do my,
That's accent there.
I try, and I can roll my R's a little bit. I'm a little proud of myself.
That is the most difficult thing.
Okay. Right.
That is good.
And so what I like about your music is like, even though it's something I like I mentioned, I don't understand Spanish, but it's like the vibes is what I'm going off of, the melodies. And like what you mentioned with D-Pick, when it's like, ding, I was like, okay, wait.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so like it connects even, I feel like it'll connect with even like English speakers who are like me, who don't know Spanish a lot either.
I would love that. I would love that. And eventually I would love to definitely sing in English and release and create a whole project. And I really want to do like a crossover. That's always been like a goal. And I feel like today it's possible. But I really wanted to start singing in Spanish because it's what and who I am, and
exactly.
And that's...
And the people who are true followers will follow regardless of the direction. Yes. And I'll be one of those followers.
Oh,
you heard
thank
it.
you. Thank you so much.
And
I really
want to
appreciate
talk about
that.
This month is a very big month for you. And you have, I feel like you've been accomplishing so much in your career lately. And
thank you.
Starting tomorrow, you're going to be at the Prudential Center. You're performing on a huge stage. So tell me how that everything feels.
I'm so like humble and happy about it. Like I'm excited. How I live is like I'm trying to take all these things in. You know, I'm trying to take it all in and like enjoy it and be present. That's how I really try to live my life, because everything goes like so fast, right? So tomorrow is like a big moment, and I'm super excited about it. So we have this really cool show. I'll be opening the show, and I'm just going to sing my songs. I have my guitarist with me, my bass player, which is a dope, really, really freaking cool woman, like really cool. And we have cool visuals for each of the songs, and I just want to like sing, have fun, and connect with everyone.
Definitely.
It's just the beginning, I feel like. But it's been really cool.
And congratulations. If I didn't say it already. Congratulations. I feel like you are, I feel like you have so far to go into your career, and you're already doing so much already.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy for you.
Thank you so much. When you tell me these things, it's like I kind of like come back, to earth for a second, and I'm like, wait, this is happening. So enjoy it. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's just the beginning.
We talked a little bit about who you feel like your sounds is, resembles kind of. But who would you want to collaborate with?
Ooh. Oh my God. I feel like a lot of people. But maybe...
like, who are the top 3 people on your list?
Like, I can say whoever?
Whoever. Ooh.
Oh my God. I feel like I really love Bad Bunny.
As you should. Listen, I like a little Bad Bunny too. I don't know what he's saying about, a little bit. A little bit.
I really love Shakira.
Ooh, hips don't lie.
Hips
Shakira,
don't lie.
Shakira.
Yes.
Yup.
And let's see. Let's see. I feel like Post Malone.
Oh.
I love Post Malone.
Wow,
So cool.
I was not expecting that.
I feel like that would be a cool
little mesh to see how both your sounds would come together.
Maybe. And
I'd be
his
interested.
voice,
Yeah.
I like that.
You guys could do like a congratulations part 2.
Yes,
part 3.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, that would be cool. I like that idea.
Listen, we're speaking it into existence today, okay? It's going to happen soon.
Putting it out there.
We're putting it out there into the
happening.
galaxy. Exactly. Yes. You see? I connected with you.
Yes. Love that.
And the last thing I kind of want to talk about, we've seen everything that's happened in Puerto Rico recently, and you are Puerto Rican. So first off, how's your family? Is everyone okay there?
Thank God everyone's doing okay. I was actually traveling for the last hurricane, because I was there when Maria happened, like the big, huge hurricane that, hit the island. And that's when I moved to Miami, right after the hurricane. But everyone's fine. It's, baby steps again, because it brought a lot of like rain and it's just hard. Everyone's fine in my family, which also hurts, because it's like, well, my family's fine, but what about everyone else?
Right.
But there's a lot of organizations that are working to help like the people also in the island, which is really great. I've shared a couple of the links in my story, but maybe I can just, say it again, because we have to spread the word.
Exactly.
Like, everyone needs a little bit of help.
Right.
A little help from my friends.
Yes. And you mentioned you were there for Maria, right?
Yes.
So when you heard what happened with Fiona, were you like, what was your reaction? Like, were you getting flashbacks? Like, what was
Yes, I was scared.
Yeah.
First of all, because I was trying to communicate with my mom and my dad, and all of a sudden, no, there's no connection. Like, being there, I think it's heavy, but not as heavy as not being there and not being able to communicate with your family.
Right.
But in this moment, I was like working. I was in Vegas at the festival, the Life is Beautiful festival. I was there, and I was like trying to be there and being like, and being present and do my thing.
Right.
But then I was like, Mama, is everyone okay? Let me know. And then she would get like reception and be like, we're fine, everything's fine, we have no electricity, but we're good, everything is okay. And then my dad, and it's just like hard. But when I knew that everyone was okay, it was like a and then it was like, oh, but what about everyone else?
Yeah.
So
definitely,
little by little, but baby steps, building again.
Right. I'm happy your family's okay, and we are praying for those whose families were affected. And your single just released, and I'm so excited for fans to give you reactions, critiques. I'm hoping it becomes popular on TikTok.
Let's
and
go.
we see everybody doing the little TikTok dances.
Yes.
Okay, because I'll be the one doing one too. I'll be like, ding.
Yes,
Okay.
please. You have to go here. D-Pic, it's out now. Check it out.
Okay, you heard her. All right, and give us a little snippet before we leave.
No quiero una foto de tu.
Okay. Thank you so much for speaking with me today. I had a
Thank
pleasure.
you. I had so much fun.